services. Thank you so much for joining and giving a beautiful association this morning. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Neetu from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. Neetu Mataji, Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai, Guru and Garuda Ki Jai. Thank you so much for joining daily and giving a beautiful association this morning. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago. And thank you, Mataji, Uma Mataji, chanting very nicely the chapter 12, Bhagavad Gita.
Hare Krishna. Yashamati Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai, Guru and Garuda Ki Jai. Thank you so much for your beautiful chanting and for joining every single day. All glories to your services. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Bhagavata Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai, Guru and Garuda Ki Jai. Thank you so much for joining every day and for your beautiful chanting. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Koti Koti Dandavat Pranam to you and all Vaishnavas. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev Ki Jai. Jila Kirtida Sundari Mataji, Koti Koti Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Ramakrishna.
Krishna Mataji, would you like to read the quote and wait for Prabhuji or?
So Mataji.
Yeah, okay. I will start the recording in that case.
And if you Hare Krishna devotees, I would like to welcome you all. I would like to start by a quote by Shri Prabhupada Ji. Crying is a great incidental pleasure that they cannot understand. The word fund of knowledge. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was simply crying. That is love. So that they do not understand. How crying can be pleasure. That is my award. Vrindavan, July 19, 1977. Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Oh, Prabhuji joined.
Thank you, Mataji. Good morning, devotees. Today we very fortunate to have with us Acintya Gopesh Prabhuji. Prabhuji will be enlightening us in Sri Caitanya Bhagavata, Madhya khanda 13.6200. Good morning. Please accept my humble obeisances. Acintya Gopesh Prabhuji. Thank you for giving your valuable time and wonderful association this morning. We're waiting eagerly to hear from you, Prabhuji. Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai, and I'll hand over the call to Prabhuji. Please take care. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Thank you very much. So we'll start with Guru Vandana. Om Jnanatimirānandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmalitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktāya Tadbhaktāya Namo Namaः Jaitam Surator Pango Momandavater Gatihi Mat Sarvasva Padambojo Radha Madana Mohan. Hare Krishna. So welcome everyone to today's Chaitanya Bhagavat class. And today we are reading from the Madhya khanda. So we will I'll just project the presentation and then we can start. Okay. So we are reading from the Madhya Leela, Deliverance of Jagai Madai, verses 62 to 68 from the 13th chapter. So we'll read some verses and then we can discuss. Shri Nityananda Prabhura Mahima Param Pati Tera Trana Lagi Anara Avataram. The glories of Sri Nityananda Prabhu are unlimited. He has incarnated to deliver the conditioned souls. No one is capable, this is the purport, no one is capable of describing the glories of Sri Nityananda. The direct manifestation of Sri Gaurasundara, Sri Nityananda, is Swayam Prakash, his immediate expansion. He has incarnated simply to deliver the fallen souls. We'll also read one more sloka and then we'll discuss. Ete ke chintaya Prabhu Haridasa Prati Bale Haridasa Dekhi Donara Durgati. After contemplating in this way, the Lord said to Haridasa, "Oh Haridasa, look at their miserable condition." So as we know, you have been hearing about the merciful pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. And we have arrived at the 13th chapter. And till now, we have been seeing the Leela of how the Leela has been conducted within Srivasanga. And we spoke at length last time about how that is equivalent to Ras Leela and how the mercy was actually for some very select Nitya Leela souls who are there in Srivasangan. Now, as the 13th chapter unfolds, we are seeing that now this mercy is flowing out. And this mercy is flowing to each and every one. And that is actually Audarya. And Audarya, as we all very well know, there is Aishwarya, which is there in Vaikunta. Aishwarya is characterized by awe and reverence. So when we look at awe and reverence, then we can see that the Lord, as Narayana is appreciated with a lot of awe and reverence, he is worshipped with a lot of awe and reverence. And the general mood there is of affluence, Aishwarya. But when we come to Goloka, there is a sweetness. There is a special sweetness, like, in Krishna, Rasa Madhuri, Venu Madhuri, Leela Madhuri. There are special sweetness in Krishna. Now, in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, as we all very well know, then there is the entire thing of Audarya. Audarya is actually this entire sweetness being distributed to everybody, or the supreme mercy or the supreme compassion of distributing this sweetness to everybody. And now we are going to see Audarya happening. And the Dham, Audarya Dham, is actually Navadip, where we are seeing this pastimes unfold. Till now, the pastimes were happening, but they were happening within Srivasangan, but now it is going to reach everybody. And there also, we are going to see the real epitome of Audarya. The person who can actually enact Audarya is actually Radharani. Radharani's heart is about, trying to save everybody, every soul. Like a mother wants to, even if she has 10 children, 9 are okay. If one person is not okay, then the entire mother's compassion goes towards that child. Similarly, Radharani wants to save all the fallen souls. And because she wants to save all the fallen souls, her mood has been taken by Krishna here, and now he is going to enact the entire Audarya Bhava. Right? So we are going to see the epitome of Audarya is done by the epitome of devotee Radharani, and that will be the deliverance of Jagai and Madhya, which we are progressively seeing. Now we are seeing just before the deliverance of Jagai and Madhya some of the wonderful things happening, and we will try and uncode. So today's lecture we are going to see from two perspectives. One, we will talk about Audarya, and we will try and for very small time just try to understand the mechanics of Audarya. And then we will see this Leela from different perspectives of different devotees and go deep into this Leela. So, first of all, we are seeing that what is the mechanics of Audarya? Right? Now, or in other words, here in this verse, we are seeing that nobody is capable of describing Lord Nityananda. We have heard Nityananda Prabhu's glories again and again in Chaitanya Bhagavat many times. Nityananda Prabhu is Swayam Prakash, personal expansion. So, from his left hand side, Radharani, right hand side, Balram, and it is Balram who can show who is God. The first person who is expanding is the one who can show who is God. So, he is Guru Tattva, he is the origin of all Gurus. So, we know all of this, right? And his incarnation is simply to deliver the fallen souls. As Nityananda is coming in, and we have discussed this again in length, of how he is coming in the supreme, like an Avduta to deliver everybody. So all of this we have discussed. But we will start this session with a question, like we always do. If somebody wants to achieve the highest epitome of bhakti, which is Radha Dasyam, or to be a servant and servant of Radharani, what is the way? What is the way and means by which one can achieve servitude to Radharani? If anybody can share, what is the means to achieve servitude to Radharani?
Mercy of spiritual master.
Mercy of spiritual master, yes, that's
Or
all.
it is also said, ki, He no bhai, Nitai bhai, Bina Nitai, Radha Krishna paite nahi.
Without Nitai, you don't get the mercy of Radharani. So, spiritual master or Nitai, that is definitely there, right? So, the question can be asked that in every sampradaya there are spiritual masters, and spiritual masters initiate even in bona fide Vaishnava sampradayas, but it's not necessarily that they become servants of Radharani in Goloka. So, how can one achieve? What you're saying is correct. I'm just asking the next level of that question.
So definitely spiritual master should also be in a Gopi Manjari Bhav.
That is there. So, if a spiritual master is in Gopi Manjari Bhav and he is coming from Goloka to preach, what is he called? So, the qualification is that one should come in touch with the Bhakti Vedanta. Right? Bhakti Vedanta, there are two levels of definition. One definition of Bhakti Vedanta is one who preaches that Bhakti is the ultimate. Right? Yes, like you said, Nitya Siddha. Right? Bhakti is the ultimate, and Bhakti is the supreme most end of Veda. Who preaches is Bhakti Vedanta. But among them also the person who has achieved that highest bhakti, who's the topmost devotee is Radharani. And one who has got love towards Radharani, and like we can see in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Radharani after Gopakumar goes through everything and finally comes in Goloka, after some time Radharani again sends him back to say that you bring the Mathura Brahmana, you preach to that person in the earthly world, you preach to Mathura Brahmana and bring him back. So, and when he goes up, also he can see Lord Ganesh shows Gopakumar, see different devotees are jumping into different universes, like jumping into a pool, Some are jumping into a small universe, some are jumping into a big universe with 100-head Brahma. And why are these devotees jumping in? They are going there to preach and deliver the souls. So like that, Radharani sent him to particularly bring back Mathura Brahma. So these people who have achieved, who are Nityasiddha, who have achieved Goloka, but they come back to preach, have really understood the heart of Radharani, are Bhakti Vedanta, sir. The actual Vedanta, the end of the topmost pinnacle or the end of knowledge, and the topmost pinnacle or end of Bhakti is serving Radharani. So when you come in touch with the Bhakti Vedanta, like Narad Muni says in the Parvat that I came in touch with 4 Bhakti Vedantas. And when you come in touch with Bhakti Vedanta, then you naturally, of course, the qualification to get Bhakti is that you should come in touch with a devotee who has Bhakti. Similarly, the qualification to come in touch with Krishna Prema is to get in touch with a devotee who has Krishna Prema. So if you come in touch with Bhakti Vedanta or in the line of serving Bhakti Vedanta, then you can definitely get inspired and you can get into Bhakti and go back home, back to Goloka and actually attain the servitorship of Radha. Now, this was never given to anybody, neither in the previous incarnations. Even in Krishna Leela, only those people who had qualified and entered the Braj Leela could get trained by the gopis, by the Nityasiddha gopis, Lalita, Vishaka, Radharani, and all of them. And eventually, after 100 years, they were transferred to Golok. But what about people beyond? They never got it. But this topmost thing is now being given to all the people who are absolutely unqualified. Even people who are in Ram Leela did not get it except for the people who were born as gopis. Narsim Leela, multiple people did not get it, but here it has been given to Kali Yuga people, the most fallen. This is Audarya. This overflow is Audarya. The overflow of, so Madhurya is Rasa Madhurya and also Audarya. So this is what is now going to happen in this chapter. And what are the mechanics of Audarya? See how does it happen. Here, Nityananda Prabhu is speaking to Haridas Thakur. First of all, for Audarya to happen, it is the desire of Radharani. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the mood of Radharani, has told Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Prabhu to go and preach. Second, this, like Radharani sent Gopakumar, or she sends a Bhakti Vedanta that comes through Guru, like you said. So here Nityananda Prabhu is Adi Guru, and he is just incarnated to deliver the fallen souls. And we have seen all in our lives that somebody gets us to the Guru. Or in other words, there is Pada Padarsha Guru, there is Diksha Guru, and there is Chaitya Guru. Chaitya Guru is Paramatma in the heart. Diksha Guru, we all understand, one who gives Diksha. Pada Pradarshak Guru need not be a very exalted devotee, but he is the person who first directs us towards Krishna consciousness or towards Guru. Like in the case of Bilvamangal Thakur, Chintamani, the prostitute, said, why don't you, if you worship Krishna with so much love, then you will attain wonderful. Or in the case of Dhruv Maharaj's mother said, Krishna can be found in the forest. They just showed the path, Pad Pradakshan. Or in other words, you can say there were some preachers, some counselors, or you meet some devotee when you're doing book distribution. But really, there is a devotee's mercy that you are coming in touch with a guru also. Even in Srila Prabhupada's case, his friend brought him to Bhaktisiddhanta Goswami. So here, the topmost guru, the source of all gurus, Nityananda Prabhu is telling Haridas Thakur, right? Please look at this miserable condition of these people and please have mercy on them. So the mechanics of Audarya, it generates from the heart of Radharani, and because of our desire, it is executed by Krishna. It comes through Guru, and it usually starts when you come in contact with a devotee who is following the Guru. And here, this unlock is going to happen of Audari. And we are seeing all the characters. Radharani is there, Krishna is there, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as Guru Nityananda Prabhu is there, and as the Pada Pradarshak Haridas Thakur is there. Now, what is the other mechanics of Audarya? Where does Audarya flow first to? If you talk about Aishwarya, you talk about Madhurya, it goes to the person who is qualified. No, Krishna also says that one who always thinks of me, and immediately I deliver it. Right. So when one comes to the stage of always abiding by in Krishna and always thinking, that person he Bhavamina Chirat Partha. So within a second I deliver it. Right. But Audarya does not wait for you to get qualified. Audarya flows to the most fallen person first. So here, this another characteristic of Audarya, it is now flowing to Jagai and Madai, who are, by their own description in the Shastra, the most fallen. Naturally, Audarya is attracted towards them. Like a compassionate person will give it to the one who's most suffering or most needy, and the mother's heart will go to that son or daughter who is most suffering. Similarly, as water will flow down to the lowest point, the Audarya is flowing, and now it is going to flow to the most fallen, with his Jagai. These are some of the mechanics, if we can say that, of Audarya, and we are seeing all of these in this 62 and 63rd verse. And 64, we are going to see more of it. Brahmana hayya hena dushta vyavahara ye donora yamagare nahika nishtara. Although they are Brahmanas, their behavior is abominable. These two will not be able to avoid the punishment of Yamaraj. Nityananda Prabhu is saying, when a human being gives up sinful activities and accumulates piety, then he is born as a high-class Brahmana family. The identification of a Brahmana is the highest identification in this world. A Brahmana is respected by all, and his example should be followed by everyone. Due to their sinful propensities, living entities feel proud to identify with castes other than Brahmana, but there cannot be any fault in identifying oneself as a real Brahmana. Those who commit sinful activities are awarded severe miseries by Yamaraj, who awards punishment. Particularly if, in spite of being born in a Brahmana family, by the influence of one's piety, and if in spite of receiving the great opportunity of obtaining proper instruction, one becomes bewildered and engages in committing various offenses, he can never escape the unlimited miseries in the abode of Yamaraj. So in this verse, Lord Nityananda Prabhu is pointing out to Haridas Thakur that these are Brahmanas and they are still behaving in the most abominable manner. So what is the problem? As we know, as you have heard in the Shastras, if one gets high-class facility but then does low-class things, he gets more punishments. We know the story that after the Pandavas and Kauravas had gone through, and all the young princes had gone through training in Dronacharya's ashram, and when they finally arrived in the kingdom, and there was this discussion going on that who should be made the prince, after the king, who should be made the prince. So Duryodhana was there and Yudhishthira is there. Actually, Pandu's son is Yudhishthir, so Dhritarashtra is only looking at it for a small period of time. So the throne should be given to Pandavas. But the eldest son of Dhritarashtra is Duryodhana, and he wanted to give the throne to Duryodhana. So all this confusion was there as to who should be made the prince, not the king, but at least the prince, the king elect. So then this debate was going on. So Bhishma at that point in time thought, let us test the princes. Right? This is one of the versions of the story. There are many versions. And then at that point in time, unfortunately, a murder happened in that kingdom, which was done by 4 people. And incidentally, the 4 belonged to the 4 Varnas, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. So Bhishma told let them come to the court, and in the court, the decision was to be made. So Bhishma said, the king will not make, the others will not make. Let the two princes decide what is the decision they have to take. How much they have understood dharma, because the point of being a king is not to enjoy, not to be a powerful person, but the real purpose of a king is to deliver all the citizens in his kingdom. So how is that one who knows dharma can only do that? So let's see who understands dharma. So what did Duryodhana say? Duryodhana immediately in his excitement said, all of these are murderers. They should get the highest capital punishment. That is what Duryodhana blurted out. But after that, Bhishma said to Yudhishthir, please tell us what we should do. So Yudhishthir contemplated on dharma and said that this person who is a Shudra, he is not exposed to Vedic knowledge, and he's in ignorance. So he should be given the least of punishment, so 50 lashes. The Kshatriya is exposed, he knows some dharma, but still he has committed, he's in a higher state, so he should be given 50 lashes and 5 years of imprisonment. The Kshatriya, he is supposed to protect dharma, and he has actually gone and killed somebody, so he should be given more severe punishment, 100 lashes and 12 years of punishment. But this last person, Brahmana is supposed to be one who's highly elevated in consciousness, and because of that, he has got a Brahmana birth, as it is said in this purport, right? But even after getting the highest facility, getting Brahmana birth means you get a slightly more purified consciousness in your heart. There aren't too many desires. You've undergone a lot of austerities. So the attraction towards wrong things is not too much. But you have to really make an effort. Like one who is already a drunkard, he will easily drink. But one who newly drinks, he has to make a lot of effort. Initially, he will not like it. He will throw up 3-4 times, and then he starts to become a drunkard. So Brahmana has to try even more to actually commit a sin, because the heart is not naturally attracted to that. But still, if somebody starts to become sinful, such a person should be given very severe punishment. So he should actually be given capital punishment. But there is also another rule that a Kshatriya cannot punish a Brahmana. So hence I request this Brahmana to consider the Shastras and by himself voluntarily take up the punishment that he should under. As soon as Yudhishthira gave this verdict, everybody was so happy, everybody started to clap and do Jai Jaikar. Because this is a considerate view of the Shastras, according to his consciousness and according to the kind of sinful propensity he has, for him to reform, different kinds of punishment has to be adhered. This is not partiality, that one is given less, another is given more, but it is impartial in the sense that everybody is given the correct amount which is needed to reform. And if somebody is doing it despite being in a best position, he should be given more severe punishment. So here Nityan Prabhu is saying these people will not escape. So they are Brahmanas, they will be punished by Yamraj. The most severe of punishment they are going to get, because then they have done most severe of abominable acts. So what is Nityan Prabhu actually saying? What is Nityan Prabhu saying to Haridas Thakur? What is the inner meaning of here? Who can share? From an Audarya perspective, what is he saying?
Prabhuji, can you repeat what you said?
No, I was saying, Nityan Prabhu is hence saying these are Brahmanas, they are going to get the most severe punishment, right? Because they have done the most abominable thing. So they will not be able to avoid the punishment of Yamraj. So he's pointing that out to Haridas Thakur. So in effect, what is Nityanand Prabhu's, or what is the inner meaning of what he's trying to say from a perspective of Audarya? Obvious thing is he's trying to point out that these are the best candidates. or these are the most important candidates for Audarya, because Audarya flows to the most fallen people, and these are the best candidates because they are most fallen and they are going to severely get punished. They are in the most difficult situation. They don't know it, but they are in the most difficult situation. And then he says that, sorry, 2 minutes. प्राणांते मारिला तोमा ये यवन गणे आहारो करिला तुम्ही बला मने मने. When you were bet practically to death by the Yavanas, you thought about even their welfare. The Kazis of Ambuya province beat Thakura Srila Haridasa to the point of death. Nevertheless, without desiring any form of revenge, Thakur Haridasa displayed tolerance and thought about their welfare. And we will discuss this. One should discuss Adi Kanda chapter 16, verses 108 to 113. We'll do that. Then we'll just read through this. Yadi tumi subhanusandana kare mane, तवे से उद्धार पाया यही दुई जने. तुम्हारा संकल्प प्रभु न करे अन्यथा, अपने कहिला प्रभु यही तत्व कथा. Lord Nityananda Prabhu is saying, if you think about the welfare of these two, they will certainly be delivered. The Lord never neglects to fulfill your desire. The truth was personally disclosed by the Lord. Om Vishnupad Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written, Gala Vastra Kritanjali Vaishnava Nikate Dante Trina Kari Dandiva Nishkapate Kandiya Kandiya Janaiva Dukha Grama Samsara Anala Haite Magiva Vishrama Suniya Mara Dukha Vaishnava Thakura Amalagi Krishna Avabhina Prachura Vaishnavera Vedane Krishna Dayamaya Ehena Paramara Prati Havena Sadaya. Without duplicity, I will approach a Vaishnava with straw between my teeth, with folded hands, and with a cloth hanging from my neck. I will cry and reveal to him my miserable condition. I will beg him for relief from the fire of material existence. After hearing about the miserable condition, the Vaishnava Thakura will profusely appeal to Krishna on my behalf. By his appeal, the most merciful Krishna will become compassionate towards the sinner. And this is also like I said, we'll discuss it from two perspectives. One is the mechanics of Audarya. We discuss about Radharani's desire, Krishna's desire, Guru, Nityanand Prabhu, and the merciful preacher or the Pada Protection Guru, Haridas Thakur. But what should we as fallen souls do, actually? From our perspective, the fallen souls have no way to be delivered by Krishna directly, because if we go before Krishna, he will see you've done everything wrong. You need special mercy. And for that, only a Vaishnava can pray on your behalf. And this is very important. And here, practically, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has given the entire mechanics of how you can attract this mercy. Without duplicity, when I approach a Vaishnava very humbly and with folded hands, and in a begging posture, I cry and reveal my miserable condition. What is my miserable condition? First of all, we don't realize it. Our miserable condition is we are drowning in this ocean. Somebody who's drowning in the ocean of Maya, somebody who's drowning has to really put up his hand and cry, please help, please help. But we believe that we are still doing very well. We don't see that this tamogun, rajogun is flowing and it is actually making us, we are sinking every moment. And any time we can be taken down into the court of Yamaraj. So when we actually see our position, today we are seeing our position as we are sitting in a room, we are comfortable. But actually, if you get subtle senses and see our position, we are like a straw tossing in the ocean of mind, drowning. So when one realizes that situation and he is feeling the fire or the drowning or the fire of material, the burning sensation, when he appeals to a Vaishnava, please save me, please save me. That evokes the compassion, the Audarya of Vaishnava Thakur. and he prays to Krishna on the behalf, and then these guys are then the conditional souls are delivered. Krishna will become compassionate towards the sinner. So, because Krishna wants to serve his devotee and make him happy at all points of time, and because his devotee, the Vaishnava, never takes any help from Krishna, and the only time he is praying to Krishna, he immediately intervenes and then saves this conditioned soul just because his devotee has appealed to him. So our role to attract this Audarya is to surrender to a devotee, to Guru, and that is why Tante Trinadari Trinadapi Sunichena Tarori Vasahishuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sada. Pray to the Vaishnava that please save me. Right? This is the mechanics. Now we will look at this pastime from a different point of view. We also know that Chaitanya Leela is an extension. It's an extension of, like you said, we have discussed, is an extension of Srimad Bhagavatam, is an extension of many such Leelas. Now we are going to look at the same Jagai Madhya Leela from different perspectives. First of all, from Jagai and Madhai's perspective, we understand this Leela. Jagai and Madhai were Jaya and Vijay, and they were first born as Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, then Ravan, Kumbhakaran, then Shishupal and Dantavakra. So it is said that first time they were not aware of whom they are fighting in the Leela. They were delivered by Vamana and Narsimdev. They became qualified to stand in front and have darshan of Lord Ram. Then they were delivered by Lord Ram. Then they became qualified to actually be meditating on and entering the pastimes of Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead. And when they were killed by Krishna, they became eligible to go back home, back to God. But the question is, what is so great about it? Now, if the Lord himself has said that it was my plan to actually send this devotees Jai Vijay, are you able to see the PPT?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So
Yes.
the Lord himself has said it is my plan to send these devotees and make them demons, or I wanted to fight. So if they underwent so much trouble, and then they again come back to the same position, what's so great? Or in other words, a father doesn't put the child into any tribulation unless he wants to give him something better, or he wants to train him for something better. So what is happening here? So what is the better thing that is happening in this Leela to Jagai and Madhai? What is the better thing that is happening?
They are
Anybody?
they are being transformed.
Yes. They are being transformed. And what is great about the transformation?
Like in the previous one of the verses, Nityananda Prabhu said that I want to make them such a high-class Vaishnavas that just by seeing them, devotees should think that they have done Ganga Snan.
Yes. They are becoming high-class Vaishnavas. Anything else? Yes.
They got a mercy, special mercy from Mahaprabhu.
Yes, they get special mercy. Yes. And what is that special mercy? What is that special they are getting?
They got compassion from Nityanand Prabhu, and then they got delivered by Mahaprabhu.
Yes. They get delivered from Mahaprabhu means they are getting Krishna Prem. So from being doorkeepers of Vaikuntha, in a way, I'm just jokingly saying, you can say they got promoted. And because they did wonderful Leela for 3 lifetimes, they got now promoted to Goloka. Or in other words, from being servants in the office, they've been promoted to being servants in the home, more near, closer, more intimate with the Lord. Right? But this Krishna Prema could have never been got. As we know, in none of the previous incarnation it was given. But now it has been given only this Radharani's servitude, this Krishna Prem, the opportunity to go back to Goloka and actually serve the gopis is being given to Jagai and Madhya, who are otherwise demons or originally the gatekeepers in Vaikuntha, and they purportedly did some offense. But the Krishna's Leela is so wonderful, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Avdarya is so merciful that they are now being promoted. So from Jagai Madhai's perspective, you can see that how it is an extension of Shishupal and Dantavakra getting the mercy of Krishna, and because of that mercy, they came into Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela and they are now becoming devotees. Jagannath Das and Madhav Das, Jagannath Prabhu and Madhav Prabhu. They are now transformed into Vaishnavas. And also Gaudiya Vaishnavas who are serving, whose whole heart and soul is to serve Radha. So that is Jagai Madhai's perspective. From Radharani's perspective, what is happening in this Leela? We know both the stories. We know the story which is quoted for Jagannath's appearance also. There was a time when Radha and Krishna were in the Kunja, in the Nikunj, in Golok Vrindavan. And Radharani, thinking about the separation from Krishna, faints. And Krishna sees that, oh, Radharani has fainted, she will take some time to recover. And it's not that he is inconsiderate, but he has to serve the desires of other devotees as well. So he goes from there to the Nikunj of Viraja Devi, and he is associating with Viraja Devi when Radharani comes to her senses. And then she says, "Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna?" And all the gopis says, "He is gone away." So she comes in a big rath, coming towards Viraja Gopi's Kunja. Viraja Gopi, realizing it, she becomes a river and flows out. And she flows, the Viraja river that flows between the material and the spiritual universe. And Krishna also then disappears from there because he cannot answer Radharani. And when Radharani comes there, she starts to become very sorrowful. Now, Radharani never becomes sorrowful for herself. Always her mood is how to satisfy Krishna. So she thinks that, oh, I am not able to satisfy Krishna to his fullest. So he is going to other places. Maybe there is something wrong in my service. And she thinks, what can I do? What can I do more? So then she says, let me create a completely different spiritual place within the Vrindavan. So she creates a Shwetadeep. Beautiful gardens like Vrindavan, but much, much, much more exalted gardens, exalted flowers, animals, parrots, and everything. And then suddenly when she creates, it's a beautiful atmosphere, so much of love. And she suddenly sees that she feels so much eagerness to meet Krishna, and Krishna suddenly appears. She's missing Krishna, and Krishna suddenly appears there. And then Krishna sees Radharani's heart. Right? And when he sees Radharani's heart, oh, I actually disappointed you, but you still want to serve me the best. So you created this wonderful kunja, so I should do something that your heart desires. And what is Radharani's heart desires? What is the desire of Radharani's heart? What is the innermost desires of Radharani's heart? Please, or in any, yeah, go ahead.
Everybody should
Krishna.
Sorry?
Always please Krishna.
Yeah.
Always think Krishna. Yes, what else? There is only one condition.
Satisfy, please. Sir, satisfy.
And Sarva Krishna.
Serve Krishna. There is only one. Sorry?
Sir, satisfy, please Krishna.
Satisfy and please Krishna. There is only one condition where she will tolerate being slightly separated from Krishna. What is that condition?
if Krishna is happy.
Krishna is happy, yes. But voluntarily, if she has to create that situation, she will create it for only one reason. Or, I mean, I don't want to say only one reason, but one prominent reason.
To
What is
please
that?
other devotees.
Please other devotees, or more specifically, to deliver her other children who are suffering in the material. the innermost desire of mother's heart. Mother will never be away from the father. Wife will not be away from the husband. But it is, if it is for her children's sake, for taking the child to the hospital or taking them to a hostel or whatever, she will then bear that separation for that moment, because she has her more innermost desire is, I want to deliver these children. So Krishna understood the desire in her heart, and he said, you have made a now Vrindavan, you made this Shwetadeep. So I will get new gopis, new manjaris, more devotees here, so that we can participate new and new Leela. That's not for their enjoyment, but he was understanding Radharani's heart. So he took, one of the reasons he took the form of Jagannath Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and came. And when all the gopis saw that Krishna is going there to serve Radharani, their whole thing is to serve Radharani. So they also took the form of male companions, Swarup Damodar and Ramananda Rai and all of them, Rupa Goswami as Manjaris, and came down here to help Krishna deliver all these souls. Right? And you can get Radharani's service only by serving the gopis, the people who serve Radharani, or the Bhakti Vedantas who are servitors of gopis who are jumping in here to deliver the souls. So in these circumstances, what should be our role? How should we get this mercy? When Krishna has come here as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to recruit all the souls, to take them back as new gopis and manjaris, what should be our role?
To serve his devotees.
Sorry?
To serve the Vaishnavas, the devotees. Sorry.
Yes. Serve the Vaishnavas. Yes.
To be an instrument in his mission.
Yes. To be an instrument in his mission and to help him preach. Not because we are great preachers or we are great thing, but Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, I am a gardener, I am distributing these fruits. I need more hands to distribute. So we help in distributing. And that is the only reason why we can get this Audarya Bhav. Because we are doing Audarya service, we get the Audarya Bhav. Or in other words, we have no qualification being born in the Kali Yuga to be ever being the servants of Radharani. But because we assisted the gopis, like suppose there is some multi-billionaire or the president of US or prime minister of India or whatever, you cannot normally meet him. But that rich person is driving ahead of your house and his car breaks down. And in that point in time, you go and say, come inside my house, please have something. And then you help him fix his car. Then he says, okay, here is my card, come and meet me anytime. Right? So when I'm not saying Krishna is in need, but in that sense, when he's in need, when you are serving, then at that moment, even a small service gets you the Audhari. And it is anyway costless. And at this point, the need is greatest. Why? From Krishna's perspective, this is the time he needs the help. Why is that? What is the reason Krishna needs the help right now as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu?
Because this is the Kali Yuga and the all fallen souls. So they need the compassion. So
Yes.
that's why.
They need the compassion. All the souls do. What other reason? Any other reason?
When Krishna comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he himself is in debt.
Yeah.
So he wants that everybody should shake hands with him and contribute to the debt of Srimati.
Yes, very nice. He's himself in debt. He wants everybody to contribute. Or in other words, Radharani is waiting. She was sad, and just to satisfy her, Krishna is saying, I'm immediately going and bringing new gopis. Right? So you cannot make Radharani wait. You have to immediately do it. Right? And that's one of the reasons why we should immediately take up more serious Krishna consciousness and help our Guru Maharaj and all the devotees in their mission. But this is one perspective. This is from the perspective of Radharani. What is the other thing that happened? We know the other story also as Sita Devi, right? As Sita Devi, what happened? When Lord Ramchandra and Sita Devi were there in the Dandakaranya, When they entered Antakaranya, they saw 10,000 Maharishis doing tapasya. Somebody's ear was not there, hand was not there, leg was not there, one eye is bitten off. And Lord Ramchandra felt so much compassion. He said, "Who has done this to you?" So they said, "All these Rakshasas are coming. You should please kill the Rakshasas." So he took a vow, "I will kill all the Rakshasas." And then they were sitting alone. Sita Devi went to him and said, "Oh, it looks like this. You should not carry this bow and arrow." He said, "I'm Kshatriya. How should I not carry the bow and arrow?" No, she gave the example of, even if a saint holds, he gave that story. Saint holds a sword, he feels like swinging the sword and killing something, right? So this bow and arrow is creating unnecessary things in you. So what unnecessary things? You see the compassion of Sita Devi versus the compassion of Lord Ramchandra. Compassion of Lord Ramchandra was to avenge and protect all the rishis. Sita Devi said, "You should not kill these Rakshasas." He said, "What are you saying? How come I have to protect my devotees? How come I cannot?" And he said, "No, please make a promise that you will not kill Rakshasas." Now, Lord Ramchandra is in big duvida, right? What can he do, right? He has already promised that I will kill the Rakshasas, and he doesn't go back on his promise. Now here Sita Devi is asking. Then he says, "Okay, I understand your heart. You are seeing everybody as your children. You don't want the children to be cleared, to be killed but reformed. So it's not possible in this avatar, but there he showed that in the future avatar, in same place, I will come in Jharkhand, Dandakaranya, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in that, I will not pick up any weapons. I will deliver and reform all the Rakshasas, right? All the non-devotees, all the way." And he gave that promise to Sita Devi, which was the heart of Sita Devi, which is happening exactly in these verses. Now, and in this chapter, you are going to see the extension of Ramayana, the extension of Srimad Bhagavatam, and Radharani's desire is going to get enacted. The Rakshasas are going to get delivered. All the people are going to get reformed. This is from Radharani's perspective, right? And we all know from the perspective of Krishna, also we understand, we have said that many times. Krishna's perspective is to satisfy the desire of Radharani or Sita Devi. He has not been able to do that in Ramayana, but at this point in time, and even as these 10,000 Maharishis said, we need the same mood as Sita Devi is experiencing now. The Ramchandra said cannot be done in this pastime. Next pastime, in Krishna's pastime, you come as gopis. But even then, only 10,000 was delivered. How many? There are unlimited souls in this material universe, and there are unlimited material universes. How can all of them be delivered? So Krishna comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he is delivering all of them, and thereby pleasing Sita Devi, thereby taking new gopis and manjaris and pleasing Radharani. And for him, it also does an extension of his previous pastimes. And of course, his internal thing is he's understanding the mood of Radharani by taking Radharani's mood, and now he is enjoying the Audharya, the supreme compassion, which even outdoes Rama's compassion, right? Sita Devi's compassion. Radharani's compassion he is experiencing. Nityanand Prabhu, we know very well from his perspective. We have talked about this many times. As Lakshman, he could not do Balram, so he said, "I'll become Avduta." Now he's completely Avduta, and he can give. Avduta means he can do anything. So when he gives Krishna Prem to anybody, nobody can ask, "Hey, why did you give Krishna Prem to this?" He's Avduta. He can do whatever he wants, and that is the mood he wanted to be. Just deliver everybody. And as Adi Guru, he wants to show everybody who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And here he's going to show everybody who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Right? So every way the desires are getting fulfilled. But what about Haridas Prabhu's perspective? Haridas Thakur, Nityan Prabhu is now talking to him and he's telling him, now, who's Haridas Prabhu originally? Haridas Thakur is an incarnation of Anybody?
Brahma.
Brahma ji.
Brahma. Brahma and
Prahlad Maharaj.
Prahlad Maharaj. Right? Yeah. Now look at it from that perspective. It is said that Brahma now did tapasya in Navdeep and said after the Brahma Vivona Leela, he had done tapasya, and he said, I have done an offense. Now I want to come into the without any pride. I want to come to the lowest of birth so that I don't have any pride and I want to serve. And he had seen Goloka, but he had mistaken everything. Now he wanted to repent and he wanted to enter Goloka. And Brahma saw so many Narayanas there and he said, I cannot be here even a second. He begged forgiveness, he went, did tapasya, and he wants to enter Goloka. The Goloka that he saw, glimpse, now as Haridas Thakur. Now, what is the criteria to enter Goloka? Like we just said some time back, or to become servant of Radharani? How can a Kali Yuga person become? It is by giving this Audarya, participating in the service. So here is Haridas Thakur standing ready to give. From Prahlad Maharaj's perspective, this is the verse that is happening from Prahlad Maharaj's perspective. Haridas Thakur took the lashes, the Yavanas, the Muslim king, the Muslim person told go to 28 marketplaces and beat him. And he was being beaten again and again. But there a wonderful purport is given in Chaitanya Bhagavata itself. For the devotees who are completely in Krishna's Leelas, who are completely meditating on Krishna's Leela, the mind is completely inside. So it cannot feel anything from outside. So he was completely absorbed. And Chaitanya, those devotees, Krishna himself protects by covering their heart. This is the secret, covering their heart with bliss. So they are so much in ecstasy and bliss that they cannot feel what is happening outside. This is how Krishna protects. And like that, he protected Haridas Thakur. But still, Haridas Thakur was praying, oh, these people, they don't know what they are doing. Please excuse them. What is the quality that is being seen? Supreme Audarya. Even those people who are inflicting pain upon him, he's praying for their deliverance. Similar to how our Lord Jesus Christ prayed, or even Muhammad and others. That is the characteristic of Supreme Audarya in Kali Yuga, even if they are inflicting pain, and the same thing Prahlad Maharaj did. His father commanded the Rakshasas to pierce, smash, throw Prahlad Maharaj, but every time he was praying to the Lord, and ultimately Prahlad Maharaj prayed to Narsimdev that please, I don't want any boon, but one boon, please deliver my father. And that Narsimdev said, yes, I will grant that boon. I will never kill anybody in your lineage, and I will deliver your father. And now he is going to deliver Jagai Madhai, his father. One of them is his father. And he's going to fulfill Prahlad Maharaj's promise. And so also Haridas Thakur as Prahlad Maharaj is now getting the chance to witness the fulfillment of his desire. The other desire Prahlad Maharaj had expressed was in Brihad Bhagavatamrita, when Narad Muni was going to search for who is the best devotee. So when Narad Muni went to Prahlad Maharaj, he said, oh, I am not the great devotee because I am not like Hanuman. I just got darshan of the Lord, but I did not do any practical service to the Lord. It is Hanuman who did practical service, and he saw Sita Devi and he helped in the rescue of Sita Devi. He is the one who brought Bhakti Devi back to Krishna. That is what preaching is. Bring the bhakti within the heart and make it surrender into the lotus feet of Krishna. That is deliverance. I didn't do any practical service like that. That desire is now getting fulfilled. What he was lamenting in Brihad Bhagavatamrita now is going to get deserved. So he is going to get the chance to do practical service of serving Radharani and serving Sita Ji or serving Krishna by delivering these souls. And like Hanuman, do practical service in bringing together Radha and Krishna in this Audarya service. So when you look at it from Prahlad Maharaj's perspective also, this is an extension of that leela. So like that, there are so many perspectives, right? The Vasis of Navdeep Vasis are going to witness the supreme Audarya playing out, and it's going to win their hearts. And we as Kali Yuga people, are then going to develop this faith that yes, for we who did not know anything about serving Radharani and the supreme compassion of Radharani, and we are actually what you call rebel children who do not believe, who believe that my father and mother don't love me. They are actually trying to, give me pain. So we are rebel children who have come into this material world. Suddenly we are going to see the compassion of father and mother, and see the compassion of the heart of Radharani, and the devote through the compassion of the guru and the preacher, who even after undergoing pain is going to try to deliver them. And that is the thing that they are going to see. And if somebody then begs, that is what Jagai and Madhya are going to do. They're going to beg at the lotus feet of Nityananda Prabhu, Vaishnavas, Guru and Vaishnava. Then we are going to be eligible. So Nityananda Prabhu is saying, Prabhu ra prabhava sab dekho kuk samsara chaitanya karila hena dhuira udara. Let the entire world see Lord Chaitanya's influence when he delivers these two. And thereby the flow of Audarya is beginning. And Vaishnavere Ichha Balavan, when Lord Nityananda Prabhu so desires, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will certainly bless. And you are going to see in the future chapters, future verses, I don't want to, how Jagai stops Madhya and how Jagai first gets the mercy. All of these you are going to see. And the only thing we need is, as shown in this picture, begging to the Vaishnava that I am in a precarious situation. Please, please, please deliver. So today we have seen some of the aspects of which I just called like that mechanics of Audarya, and also we saw this pastime and saw the inner secret of Jagai and Madhya pastime from different perspectives of what is happening for all these personalities who are in the bank of the Ganges and who are now going to witness one of the most munificent pastimes. And we know how Yamraj reacted. He fully fainted. From his perspective, he has not seen such mercy. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratushi. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Chaitanya Bhagavat ki jai. Hare Krishna. So we'll end here. Any questions or comments you can.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, then thank you. It was very, very wonderful class, very wonderfully presented. And especially the theme that you took of Audarya, explaining it to different perspectives. It was very wonderful. A total different thing to Jagai and Madhya last time. So thank you, Prabhu. I don't have any question as such. But thank you for engaging us always through your questions, and thank you for bringing a different perspective to it. And definitely the theme is very, very nice of this Audarya, from Audarya nature of the Supreme Lord. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, what different way class, Prabhuji, for this Jagai and Madhya. I mean, the way you took the class was so nice. And in between, you always ask us the questions. It makes us so, attentive in the class. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very grateful to you. I don't have any question, but I really like the class, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. If anybody having any questions, realizations, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji, very, very nice class, as all are saying. It was a brainstorming class, Prabhu, so you made us to think. So I think both of you and Haridas Surya Prabhu, both of them make this sure to make us be attentive in the class, and very nice pastimes also you recollected, Prabhuji. So thank you first of all for that. And in between, you were saying at last, you were saying that Hanuman brought the Bhakti Devi to Krishna. So, which means you're saying about Sita Mata to Krishna, Ramachandra?
Yeah, I mean, the point is the entire Sundarkand, if you go, and that's another lecture we can take, he overcomes Manak Parvat, senses, mind, intelligence, then false ego in the form of Lankini, and he enters Lanka, which is the heart. Inside the heart, Bhakti is there, but it is held captive by this entire desires and Maya. And in the Ashok Vatika, in the grove, the Kunj within our heart, Mama Hridaya Kunj Vihari, what is that we sing, right? So that Kunja we have to go into, our consciousness to go into that Kunja and meet Bhakti Devi. And when we meet Bhakti Devi, then that is Ruchi, the first ray of Radharani, and then it develops into Asakti and Bhav, and then Krishna comes into the heart. Mama Mana Mandire, Raho Nishi, Krishna Murari, Sri Krishna Murari that we sing. So then our heart becomes Vrindavan. That is the enactment of that entire thing is Ramayana, right? So in that sense, Hanuman is going and finding out Sita. And there is another lecture after Haridas Prabhu has taken the 18 secrets. If you want, we can take that lecture of the 10 identifications which Hanuman gave to Sita Devi to say that to prove that I am actually the servant of Lord Ram, which is at the gates of Ruchi, how to enter from Nishtha to Ruchi. So to answer your question, yes. So in that sense, I was using that simile to say that he is finding Bhakti Devi in the heart, and that is bringing Radha and Krishna together. That is the service in Vrindavan. Krishna says, "Oh, I cannot meet Radharani." Radharani says, "Jatila has stopped me." And all the gopis, there is only one thing, to bring Radha and Krishna together. In fact, there is only one worry in the world, and if you have that worry, there will be no other worry, which is how can Radha Rani meet Krishna? Or in other words, Bhakti in our heart, come into the lotus feet of the Lord.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the detailed explanation. I didn't know about this. Thank you for that information also, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. And so I'll also find about Haridas Prabhu lecture about the 10, what is that, 10 witness, which he says when he meets Sita Mata.
Yeah, he has actually given 18 secrets, but this is a different lecture. Yeah, but yes, if you can hear, that will be nice.
Okay, that is the other lecture you are saying, the Ramayana lecture, which Prabhuji is having separately.
Yeah, that he's doing 18 secrets. That he's doing 18 secrets in Ramayana. That is also very nice. You can hear that. And at some point in time, when we get time, we can do the session on 10 identifications. That is and we compare it with Madhuri Kadambini also, and others on how do you enter Ruchi. So that's a difference.
I think next session after 18 years is ready, I think, Prabhu, as you are saying now. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Anita Mataji, for that question. Prabhuji, thank you so much. Very nice explanation of how we get to the bhakti, how we get rid of all of these anarthas and reach finally bhakti, that is which is Sita Mata. That explanation is very nice. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, anybody having any more questions or realizations, please go ahead. Yeah. Okay. Looks like there are no more questions. Prabhuji, your class is always interactive. When we are doing the class itself, our questions are cleared because you asked the
idea is to churn. Yeah, so that everybody
we only give the answers in between. So all our questions are clarified there itself. Yes, right. It's very nice interactive session, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. I would like to close the call here. I would like to offer my obeisances to Prabhuji and all the Vaishnavas assembled on the call. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai. Please keep the Gopesh Prabhuji ki jai. Thank you, Prabhuji, for the beautiful
Hare Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Very nice class.
Thank you, dear devotees, for joining today's session. We'll close the call for today.